struggle to upload video to your YouTube channel consistently? Maybe you go through phases where you upload regularly once a week and then for whatever reason you fall off the wagon. Well, don't worry, you're not alone. It's a really common problem, and the good news is that I have 4 ways to keep you on track, staying consistent, and allowing your YouTube channel to see the growth that it deserves. I'm Natalie Haley of Hot Content, and I help you produce top quality, regular and consistent content for your YouTube channel to accelerate your growth. This video is sponsored by my friends at TubeBuddy, my go-to software for YouTube channel growth. Now, the first step in getting consistent with your YouTube content is to create a weekly publishing schedule. Now, committing to a regular and consistent time to publish your YouTube videos is important for a few reasons, not least because YouTube really values and puts a lot of weight on consistency and regularity. It likes to see creators uploading video regularly and consistently, ideally on a set day and at a set time. But more than that, it's important for your audience. As people get to know your content, become involved with you and your brand, people like to know when they can expect to see new content from you. And once you've set that expectation, they come to expect it from you and feel disappointed if you don't deliver. Now, this may seem like it's a lot to live up to, that you're setting a standard that you fear that you might not be able to keep to. But by committing to YouTube and committing to your audience, you're actually holding yourself accountable, and it starts to really mean something to you. It starts to feel really important that you meet those deadlines and that you publish your YouTube video when you've said you're going to do it. This is what's going to give you a much better chance of actually doing it, of actually getting those videos out there on a regular and consistent basis. Now, you can use tools like TubeBuddy, and there is a link in the description below to get a 3-month free trial, which help you work out for your channel and for your audience, wherever they're based in the world, what the best day and time is to publish your videos. But also make sure it's a day and a time that works for you as well, and that you're going to be able to do all of the promotion and repurposing of that content that's needed once you've published it to get as many views as possible. Now, the second way that you can stay consistent and regular with your YouTube content is to produce a publishing schedule and workflow. Now, I do this for my own YouTube channel and for all of my clients' YouTube channels. And you can see here, this is an example of how it looks. It's as simple as a Google Sheet. You can see that I've plotted the days that each of my YouTube videos are going to be published. And as we go along the columns, every tiny step, every little thing that's involved in getting that YouTube video planned, produced, published, repurposed and promoted is mapped out along the columns on that spreadsheet. Now, this workflow is going to keep you sane. This workflow is what's going to help you every time you have to publish a new video. See the map, the process that you have to go through to get that video out there. Without this kind of roadmap in place, it's really easy to feel overwhelmed every time we have to get a new piece of content out there. And when we get overwhelmed, what tends to happen is that we end up doing nothing. We then fall off the wagon and we're no longer consistent with our content. So having this document, this go-to place where you can see exactly what you're doing in the coming weeks and where you're up to with each individual video is going to provide you with a peace of mind and a sense of control. And where this really comes into its own is when you start getting help with your YouTube videos, when you perhaps bring in someone to help with all or parts of the publishing, promotion, repurposing process. For them, whether it's an in-house team member or whether it's a freelancer helping you with different parts of the process, for them having this one place to go to so that they can see where you're up to, you can see where they're up to, is where this kind of document is really going to come into its own. Now, stick around to the end of the video. I'm going to share with you how to access my free, fully editable workflow template. It's exactly what I use in my own business and for my clients, and it maps out every step that I take right from the very beginning when it comes to the planning stages of the video, right through from the publishing, the production, the promotion and repurposing, maps out every little step, and it's something that you can take away and use for yourself, for your YouTube channel, to help you stay on track. Now, my third tip for staying consistent with your YouTube content is to batch your video recordings. There is so much preparation that goes into putting together a YouTube video. Not only do we have all of the content planning, the keyword research and the scripting, for example, but in terms of actually getting that video recorded, we have to sort out our background, we have to get our equipment ready, we have to make sure everything's looking neat and tidy, especially for us women. You know, there's makeup, there's hair, there's picking an outfit, there's all of these different things to consider. So if we're going to spend that amount of time getting prepared to actually sit down and record our videos, it's much more efficient to do it for 2, 3, 4, 5 videos or even more than it is to just do it for one video and then have to go through that full process again the next time we'll record just one video. Now, of course, this kind of batching takes dedication and it takes a lot of planning and organisation. But honestly, once you get into the habit of not just scripting for one video, but for scripting for 2 or 3, and then the feeling of being able to sit down and just record them all in one go when you're feeling in the zone, when you've got everything already prepared around you, is going to give you a much better chance of staying consistent, because you'll know that you have your YouTube content sorted for the next 2, 3, 4 weeks. Of course, it's then easy to become complacent and spend the next month thinking that we don't have to produce any YouTube content because we've got it all sorted, and then it suddenly gets to a week where you've got nothing to put out there. So my advice would be to put in your diary, set aside a day each month or every 2 weeks that's dedicated to batching your YouTube videos together. It's going to make it so much easier for you, but it's also going to make it so much easier for team members, anybody who helps you with any parts of the process, and particularly video editing. If your editor can edit them all in a batch, not only is it going to make their job easier, but it might also save you some money, as sometimes video editors do give a discounted rate for working on videos that are batched together. Now, my 4th tip for staying consistent is to consider outsourcing all or parts of the YouTube process. Now, unfortunately, recording your YouTube video is not even 50% of what needs to be done to actually get our content seen by as many people as it deserves to be seen by, given all of the time and effort that we put into creating them. When we're running businesses, when we're dealing with everyday life, family life, etc., the few hours that really is required to do everything from planning your videos, doing the keyword research, actually publishing the videos, getting the thumbnail created, everything right through to the publishing, repurposing and promotion, it can take a few hours. So why not look at the parts of the process that perhaps aren't your strengths, that perhaps somebody else could actually do much better than you, leaving you to focus on the things that you really need to do, such as bringing your personality onto camera, putting your magic sparkle onto the video, and being as creative as you can, creating the best quality content that you can. Not having to do all of the donkey work, the physically creating the thumbnail, physically uploading it to YouTube, writing the description, adding the tags, etc., is going to give you so much more creative energy and headspace, not to mention time to actually keep creating those videos, which is going to keep you consistent. There's a few different ways you can get help with your YouTube videos. You can look at working with individual people who specialise in different parts of the whole YouTube process, such as finding a copywriter who might focus on repurposing your videos into blog posts. They might look at writing the description for you. You could then work with another specialist individual on optimising the video, so researching the keywords for you and the tags, and working with a graphic designer, for example, to create your thumbnail images, or you can work with an agency who deals with everything right from the start to the finish. Embracing the concept of outsourcing all or parts of your process is the growth mindset that's going to allow you to concentrate on what you do best, creating the video itself, running your business, going out there and bringing in new business and meeting with clients, for example. So there we have it. You're going to commit to a weekly publishing day and time, create your publishing schedule and workflow. You're going to batch your videos together and consider outsourcing where you can. Now, as promised, the fully editable workflow template, you can grab a link to that in the description below. Once you've downloaded it, all you have to do is make a copy and you can make the document fully your own. You can change some of the steps that perhaps aren't relevant to you, and you can add others in. I hope you've enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you have, please do subscribe by hitting the bell button below, and keep an eye on the screen coming up for more ways to accelerate your growth on YouTube.